What's up, YouTube? Pizzscn here. Well, here's the iMac update that I was telling you to expect yesterday. Well, as it turns out, I honestly, I have ideas of ways that I could fix it, but I'm not sure it would survive it. One of the things I want to do with this thing, is remove Windows. It does actually have Boot Camp on this thing. The person who previously owned it put it on there. And they did something very interesting, which kind of makes me wonder why they even bought an iMac in the first place. What they did is they partitioned it in such a way that Windows, and I believe it's Windows, it could either be Windows Vista or Windows 7, I don't know. I actually haven't been inside of Windows yet because furthest I've gotten to is the little starting Windows screen, and then I just get a black screen from there. But from that screen, it's either Windows Vista or Windows 7, but I'm not sure. However, the thing that's interesting is that the person who originally owned it partitioned it in such a way that Windows gets 258 gigabytes and Mac OS X gets 20 gigabytes. Yeah. Now, let me just ask one thing. Why did you freaking get a Mac if you're going to basically use it as a PC? What the heck? I mean, really, come on. A Mac was built to be a Mac. Now it can run Windows, but it's not supposed to be a dedicated Windows machine. It's a dedicated Mac machine that just happens to have the ability to run Windows. My goodness, I have no idea what is going on there. But there you go. Yeah, seriously, though, if you're going to do that, just buy a PC. It's cheaper. If you're not going to use it as a Mac, don't buy it. I am thinking that is part of the reason why it's having the problems that it has. Now, I'm not an expert on all this stuff. I've only taken one computer class, and that's about it. Computer Engineering 1, which is basically the basics. But I do have a feeling that that could be part of what is causing the problem to be the way it is. So, yeah, and from what I remember, the guy who sold it to me, and I'm calling him the guy, but I do know who he is. He is one of my good friends, but I'm just calling him the guy to keep him anonymous. So there you go, in case he happens to be watching this. What he told me is that this used to belong to his sister, or excuse me, to his girlfriend's uncle. I think that's what it was. Originally, he told me it was his uncle, or maybe I just thought that's what he said. But anyway, I don't know. But last thing he told me was that it was his girlfriend's uncle, and he had bought it. And basically, all he ever did with it was play Call of Duty. I think that's what the game was, Call of Duty. Yeah. So obviously, he wanted to put Windows on it. So he could do that, and for some reason he had to make it take over the entire hard drive. I don't know why. But then eventually he started noticing that it was having a graphical issue, so then he passed it down to my friend who had it in his closet ever since this past January. And he just hadn't been using it much, and then eventually I bought it off of him. And so that's basically the story of this iMac. So here it is in my house, and I plan to fix it. I am definitely going to get it fixed. Will I be fixing it on my own? If it were something like a Mac Pro, then heck yeah. But this is an all-in-one, and I don't want to get into it at all. I really do not want to touch the insides of it. It's frankly, the thoughts of me opening this thing terrify me greatly. I do not want to do that. I would really like to be able to use this computer. Really would like to be able to. So I'm gonna, once I save up enough money to get it fixed, because I know this thing is out of warranty. It's a 2007 model, and it could have Apple Care, but I highly doubt it does. And I've actually noticed there's a fingerprint underneath the glass. Which obviously means that somebody has taken the front glass panel off in the past, which is really annoying. I don't know why they do that, but there you go. So yeah, that's a problem, but you know, basically that. It does turn on sometimes. I mean, it is when it boots up, it is for the most part a usable computer, but if you just try and do too much with it, or just if you just use it too long, it does eventually freak out. So yeah, that's the biggest problem there. So when I do get it repaired, this will definitely become a main computer for me. I do plan to replace this keyboard. I'm not sure if I'm going to replace it with another wireless keyboard or if I'm going to get one of those wired keyboards like I have on my PC. And I also plan to get a Magic Mouse. Not the Magic Trackpad, although maybe in the future, but I don't want the Magic Trackpad at the moment. So yeah, that's that. Of course I want to put iWork on it. I want to get like all the software that I can. So I'd like to put iWork on it. And yeah. I have yet to know what version of Mac is on here, of what version of Mac OS X is on here, because there is a Snow Leopard disc there, so it could be Snow Leopard, but frankly I don't know. Snow Leopard and Leopard look so similar, it's kind of hard to tell. Kind of like Vista and 7 look so similar. Honestly, if I could load Windows on here completely, I would be able to tell you, because I know Windows 7 looks a little different. They made it so it's not so graphic intensive. They made it easier on computers and such. So, but you know, it could be Windows Vista, and I wouldn't be surprised if it were Windows Vista, because it's causing this much weight on the graphics card. If that is what it is, I genuinely think it is something to do with the fact that the majority of the computer is a PC now. So, I mean, it is a Mac, but, you know. Anywho, that is basically it for this update. So, let me just boot this up once. So, let's see if it'll do it. I actually don't have the mouse plugged in, so. But we'll boot her up, and we'll see how far it'll get. I doubt it's going to boot up. Well, it could. And what I want to do with this thing is I want to delete Windows on it. Now, you see how it's got the solid Apple logo there? That's actually kind of rare lately, but if I give it a break, and I have given it a break, it's not cool to the touch, but, you know, usually it'll boot up completely fine, but it might not this time, but we'll see. Oh, it's going to. So anyway, here it is actually working here. Actually, let me click the mouse real quick. I want to make this one steady shot, so all I gotta do is import it into Windows Movie Maker. Not have to edit it. So yeah, I mean, like, it is still usable. If I might open up Photo Booth or something. My camera battery is dying. Oh, Bluetooth keyboard isn't attached. Oh well. Goodbye. So you can see it still works. So that's basically that. Oh, you see how it just flashed? Yeah. Crap, I was gonna see if I could figure out what version of Mac this was, but no, I guess not. Screen had to freak out on me, and if I actually leave it on here, what'll eventually happen, it'll either start working again, or it will completely, like, give you a seizure. I mean, like, literally just completely like a strobe effect, just going nuts. So we shall wait and see, but there you go, that is the update. Thanks for watching. I need to replace the batteries in my camera, so that's all.